You know, I guess this means nothing if you're not following us on Twitter.
Right.
Which is an extension of this fine radio show.
It's worth following just for the shit picture at the very end and the toilet.
Well, I don't know why you want to give the big reveal away, Craig.
I'm just saying.
My fucking God.
That's the money
shot. There's no reason to fucking talk about this now.
The money shot.
We slowly build to that. You don't walk out on stage and play Stairway to Heaven.
It still feels good when you get to it. It'll still feel good when you get to it.
Guns N' Roses. Oh, look, the first song is Sweet Child O' Mine. I don't have to see any more of the fucking concert. Oh, Metallica's starting off with Enter Sandman. Great. I can beat the traffic home.
There's a lot of ways to analyze.
Fuck.
There's a lot of ways to analyze the photo.
The best weed was Girl Scout cookies. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
This guy came to me with Girl Scout cookies.
I had that before. What did you like about it, though? What was different from it?
It tastes like fucking cookies.
It's crazy.
Like real cookies. Like,
is it an edible
like you go
or-
like this, you go, it tastes like cookies.
Wait, which Girl Scout cookie
And I
are we
risk my
talking
freedom.
about?
Listen to that.
Which
Listen
Girl
to
Scout
that.
cookie? Are we
Oatmeal.
talking Thin Mints? What are we talking?
He's going to white it up. Oh, is it the samosa? Because those are a little dry.
Dude, Koreans,
Right.
let me tell you something. I don't know at what point did someone from Alabama land in Korea, but these guys are crushing it.
Really?
It's the crunchiest fried chicken.
What makes a Korean chicken wing better than just a regular?
It's cooked twice, right? So they cook the chicken first so it's nice and tender, and then they coat it. What are you shaking your head for?
Who has time to cook anything twice?
Craig,
It just sounds like it would make it a tougher chicken if they cooked it twice.
If anything,
I think I'm in the room with the wrong people.
We got to try them. We got to
Greg's
try 'em.
rolling his arm. Why?
Well,
You already have the shrug.
because we bother each other. If it takes more than a half hour, I don't want to be
What is it with you in a half hour? Are you a firefighter? Where are you going? Where do you have to be?
No, I fight it. And I'm like, oh, there's a mint on the pillow at the hotel. I'll eat that. That's free. There's a roll on that food service tray on the floor. I'll get that.
This is real.
Oh, yeah, I'm a mess. You can ask my friends. They've all seen it. They're like, dude. Like, I'll be with Joe List. I'll be like, I'm going to get $1 slice. He's like, dude, you're making money. Go get a Joe's slice. I'm like, nah, I got to get the $1.
But we went and had nice burgers in Austin.
And you paid.
That was the
That's
reason?
a money thing. It's like, who am I to just give this guy a piece of paper and then I get a burger? Get the hell out of
All
here.
right. The Mealies, they're a bunch of guys that live in my town, right? And they own, South Orange Disposal and all these things, right?
Okay.
The old man Mealy, he invites you, and it's a big deal. He invites you down to the farm to make sausage, and it's all day. You get there at 6 a.m, homemade wine. You guys are all you learn something, and you're all together, and you make delicious sausage.
But you're kind of nibbling and drinking a little bit during
You're
the day,
drinking,
right?
eating homemade cheese and stuff. It's a great day. Who's never done that?
Who's paying attention to the calories?
Look at them. What are you talking about?
E-Rock, go to commercial, please.
Who's paying attention to the calorie intake?
What do you mean calories? There's no calories.
What an Opie question.
I
Who's
know.
paying attention
There's
to the
only
calories?
there's only so much salt you can have.
I'm on Twitter. I sent a picture, perfect Cuban sandwich. He's like, who's got the Mylanta? I'm like, oh my God, I want to jump to this fucking phone.
I just know how to push your buttons.
I used to bet against Duke all the time. How do you think I dress like this? 20 years in show business, I got the same pants on I had at a Rush concert in 1981.
The Korean chicken wings.
Trust me.
Too much.
What do you mean too much?
Too sticky. I don't like sticky food.
They're sticky.
I don't like sticky food.
What do you mean you don't like sticky
And
food?
then it's stuck on your teeth and you're digging with your nails. I hate
Ribs?
it.
You don't like ribs?
I fucking hate
What do you
ribs.
eat? Really?
Ribs are overrated.
I can't. Right now, we have a giant problem.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
I can't buy a coat. It's too much money. I don't deserve that. Right.
when you're cold, you need a coat.
I've told me about it. I was fucking freezing.
How do you justify that in your head that you don't buy yourself?
Because I'm
one?
like, who am I to get a coat? I'm not a
you're
coat guy.
cold. I'm not a coat guy.
I'm not a buy a coat. I can't walk into a store and buy a coat.
A coat is a privilege?
Yes.
I think no matter who you are and how much money you make, we're all coat guys.
Yeah.
We just are.
Everyone's a coat. It's like
Everyone's a coat guy.
Everyone is a shoes guy.
Finally, we get to this tweet from over the weekend. I'm sorry to announce, but our food tour came to an abrupt end. We lost a good guy out there today, and all it is Roland's feet. Obviously, he's sitting on the toilet.
And he shuffles. He's a shuffler.
You should have went for an upskirt type photo.
I'm not getting any closer. I got a family.
Not getting any closer.
I'm going to buy myself a smoothie every fucking time I want one.
And if I get that smoothie, the guilt all day long, like, what the fuck? Who do you think you are? Fucking, money bags, you piece of shit? What are you getting, a smoothie? What if you run out of money? What if you don't make it? It never ends.
That's weird.
So I'd rather just not have it and go, live a anxiety-free life.
What is this? I didn't understand the braised egg.
That's an egg braised in soy sauce.
Okay.
So it gets this really unappetizing brown color.
Oh, that looked like chocolate.
Oh, it's so good, though.
It looked like milk chocolate. I couldn't figure that one out.
Like when you order that at the Chinese restaurant, the Chinese waiter winks at you. He knows, like, you're the real thing.
Well, how do you order that? It's not on the menu.
Yes, it is. But you got to stop getting like the.
You have to walk in like this.
What are you doing? What the hell was that?
You walk in like this, and then they give you the special menu.
What? Why are you stretching your eyes out like that?
I got sand in my eyes.
You got sand,
and I got the special menu now.
Even look at you.
If you hate birds, what you're really saying is you hate dinosaurs. That's what you're really saying.
Yeah, of course.
You hate dinosaurs.
It's our turn. Yeah, F the dinosaurs. They had their chance. Those idiots couldn't figure out any technology, so they went bye-bye. This was their planet, Ron.
Right.
This was their planet. But they went for years with their little – they couldn't even figure out how to get their arms longer. They went through a million, maybe a billion years like this. Like, I wish I had longer arms so we could get some technology before the meteorite hits us.
And there's another thing you learn by hanging out with Chinese people. Oh, gosh. It's not you. They just don't laugh.
Is that a thing?
What are you talking about?
They're a little tight.
Opie, I'm not trying to be funny here. They really do seem brainwashed.
No one thought you were trying to be funny, Ron. Nobody.
Yeah, no, but here's the other thing. Here's the other thing that seems happening.
Pig's feet and handmade wide noodles. Oh. Good food day today. We lost a great man, Roland at Roland Food Court, who's long gone on a ferry, puking over the side, wishing he was home. What happened to you, Roland?
Once I farted without realizing it.
Oh, shit.
He shit his pants?
I forgot to tell. I blocked it out because it was awful.
Wow. That's why I live one day at a time.
That's a good idea.
You know what I mean?
That's because you're an alcoholic.
Well, that too.
That's got nothing to do with asteroids.
Yes, a struggling homosexual.
That's because you can't drink wine without ruining your life.
Yeah.
So we're at the Cuban restaurant eating the Cuban sandwich.
The Cuban diplomats.
And all of a sudden, he just looks at me. He's looking dead at me, and he farts. Bah, bah, bah. And I'm like, what the fuck was that? He goes,
like fireworks?
Yeah. He goes, I don't know. I said, what do you mean you don't know? He goes, I had no control over that one. That was all on it. I said, you got to go home if you can't control your fucking body. That's like having a food stroke. You just fucking shit your pants at the fucking restaurant.
That's a little frightening.
And his eyes, he wasn't lying to me. His eyes were wide open.
How many stops into
5?
this?
That was stop.
Oh, that was near the end.
Yeah. Stop 4, he hit the guardrail a little bit.
Yeah.
Any poo in your pants after those farts?
There's some streaks.
Oh,
really?
Man down.
We have to wash them in the sink.
No, wash them on the way.
What? I'm the only one that washes it in the sink every once in a while.
The streaks?
Sometimes I do. I give a good washing in the sink.
What are you, Laura Ingalls?
I don't want anyone else to see it in my house.
I flush them down the toilet at the restaurant.
And if they're a nice pair, look, if they're old, then I'm throwing them away. Or putting them in the drop ceiling.
I gotta say, I couldn't shake Opie's poop story from yesterday.
That's the best thing I ever heard. Put him in the drop ceiling.
Louis, we were talking about the space of the moon.
Right.
And of course, I believe it happened. But can you take a photo of the flag where it is now?
You can take a photo of the footprints and where the rover drove around. You can still see the lunar lander sitting on the moon. And there's lots of photos out there.
Really?
Yeah.
And why can't you see the flag?
Well, the flag's kind of hard because it's been exposed to ultraviolet light from the sun for 30 or 40 years, so it's probably faded to white. And also, when the little rocket ship took off with the 2 astronauts in it, they blew over the flag in some of the places just because of the exhaust out of the rocket. So, but the footprints are all there.
Why didn't they put the flag somewhere else? You can't blow. You can't blow over the flag.
Well,
you know how hard it was to get it up there.
Bring one when you go back next time.
I learned that from Crazy Jim up there in Boston. I never forgot about you, Crazy Jim, wherever you are. He would shit his pants every once in a while, and he would go to the he was our sales guy, and he would go to the gas station, and then he's like, I got to get rid of these underpants, and he would put them in the drop ceiling on purpose.
Unbelievable.
He would just poke it open and throw it up there.
That's the grossest, funniest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Not a bad idea.
And I was hot because I had my winter coat on and my winter hat, and I was heating up, and I was feeling very, very nauseous. And then all of a sudden he's like, "Hey, I'm going to stop at Kroger's to get some lunch meat." So I have to apologize to Kroger's because as we're pulling in the parking lot, I go to Jeff. I'm going to puke. He goes, "Just let me get to the back of the parking lot." He pulled in. I had the door swung open as he was pulling in. I got out and started power booting all around his Buffalo Bills SUV, into the tree, everywhere. And then he comes back with the lunch meat, and I go, "We're good.
Yeah, we're good.
We're good now. We're good."
Ready to start the day.
He's also the same guy. Like, he wore a suit and tie, man. He was a big sales guy up there in Boston when we were at AAF.
And he would shit himself.
Oh, that's the stories he would tell. Like, me and Anthony would be broadcasting, and we were big with the WWF even back then. And they had a huge cutout in the studio of, I forgot who. Crazy Jim cut out the part where the crotch was. And then he would just stand behind that and put his whole penis and balls through it and just wait for me and Anthony to notice that he's just pushing his junk through this cardboard.
Sales guy?
Yes.
Oh, my God. Hear me out, right? So pig's feet, when you cook them down, they have all the collagen, all that connective tissue in the feet, right?
Oh, my God.
And it's so gummy, and it's like pork bubble gum. Ooh. It's the most delicious thing, but you have to work your way up to there. You can't just start eating pig's feet.
If you have to work your way up to it, then it's not delicious.
But like in the South, I get jars of it, and it's pickled, like pickles. God. Oh, my God. And the ears and the snout.
I just think about my own feet and my...
well, your feet are different.
And my athlete's foot problem. And you got to assume the pigs have the same problem going on.
Pigs don't have athletes.
They don't have bacteria?
What the hell? How can you put those two things together?
What I try to explain is that, I say, I don't give a fuck who you vote for. But I lived in New York with him for 40 years, and I'm sorry. I don't care that you think you know him. You don't.
Yeah.
I said he's been sitting on my face for 40 years, not your face. And you find him really charming because it's been a year and change.
I got it.
And he was really good in The Apprentice, okay?
Yeah.
All right? Well, this is fucking reality.
Yeah.
And he's a douchebag.
Right.
And I just can't I said, if this is a guy who was next to you in a cubicle in an office, 6 months into it, everyone in this room who works in an office, I can fucking guarantee you, if he sat next to you with that overbloated ego, okay, you would basically, you'd be choking him.
Yeah. I can't wait for Sherrod to come back. I got an edible story for him.
I could just imagine.
Oh, boy. When did I go to the Islanders game?
Oh, no.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, I've been sitting on a story.
Oh, you just
took an edible to go to a hockey game?
Oh, I'm sitting on a story.
What the hell's wrong with you?
Because people were like, hey, man, you and Chris went to the Islanders-Rangers game. Why aren't you tweeting from here?
I didn't see you post anything about it.
I don't see many pictures from this.
You guys I noticed that.
Oh, do I have a story?
You guys spooked out?
Huh?
You got spooked out?
Not me.
Oh, no. No wonder you're sitting on this story.
Oh, I got a story.
Oh, Chris had an anxiety attack. I can't wait.
Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier.
Too concentrated, man. It's too powerful now.
So when he goes to the bathroom in this restaurant, it's right next to the kitchen, right? The bathroom?
Yeah.
So Roland goes, where's the bathroom? They go, oh, it's back in the kitchen. They thought it was just a harmless little tourist going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
2 minutes later, I see the whole fucking staff from the kitchen in the front of the restaurant with me. So it's like a little counter.
Yeah.
And there was only one person when we walked in there. Roland goes into the back. Now there's 6 people at the fucking counter. He cleared out the whole back of that fucking restaurant.
The chili and the ramen.
Roland goes, they made me really uncomfortable. Everyone was shuffling their feet. I go, they're not shuffling their feet. They're running away, bro.
Did you teach that toilet a lesson?
I flushed 4 times. I had to flush 4 times.
4 flusher.
Yeah, had ramen the night before. It was bad.
This angle that Carl sent me, this sends me, you see the Nets logo, and I texted him back and I said, how do I know you're not in the Brooklyn Nets locker room? And he wrote back, it's Roland. I don't think you have to ask that question. He looks like a special needs security guard at Modell's. Greg, that's a personal text message, Greg. Oh, sorry.
It was an all-female crew, and it was supposed to be a big deal because we've never had a female crew of astronauts, but they're not astronauts. They were Botox face bitches. Did you see the group?
Botox astronauts.
And then Katy Perry, right before she went into the penis rocket, she tweeted, "I love you." She was telling the world, "I love you." And then they went on the stupid thing, and Gayle King, Oprah's girlfriend, was there. Oprah was on the ground. She was too scared to go, so Gail's like, I'll go. Oh, there's a weight limit? So Oprah couldn't go.
My favorite thing is I take the pickled snouts and I dry them in paper towels and I throw them in a deep fryer full of lard. And then I take that out and put a little lemon and hot sauce. I think it's delicious.
See, the problem with all that for me is it looks too much.
It's not 30 minutes.
It looks no. It looks too much like the animal. That would freak me the fuck out.
It's a foot. It's a fucking foot. It's an ear. It's a nose. Greg's losing his shit. It's a fucking foot. I mean, it's like, look, you're eating a fucking foot. I mean, you can like trick yourself when you're eating a burger to be like, it's a burger, but when you're looking at fucking toenails, it's a fucking foot.
Yeah, I don't hit your kids, do you, Gilbert?
Oh, constantly. In fact, when I'm away, I hire someone. I pay a homeless man. I give him a few bucks to go up and hit the kids, even if they haven't done anything.
Just to keep them on the straight and narrow.
A lot of foodies, and I do this a lot, all these like fake bloggers and shit. I'd say, come out to eat with me. I took this one blogger to this sushi place where they serve live sushi. Right?
What do you mean live?
It's alive. You get, it's moving on your plate. You put it in your mouth, and you kill it with your teeth. Right?
But what? You
little maybe octopus, little crabs. They run around your plate. Right? So I go with this girl, and she's like, "Oh my god, I'm the best at the food." And she's name dropping left and right. I says, "All right, here's the little octopus." She goes, "Oh, they're still moving. This is like the real thing." I go, "Yeah." I said, "You've had this before?" Bullshitter. She's like, "Yeah, no problem." She dips it in the soy sauce. And she thinks that she's going to swallow it whole. You're fucking in a lot of trouble.
Really?
This thing stops.
Fights?
This thing stops in her throat. And I'm sitting there, all of a sudden I see her eyes. She goes, she can't talk. This thing is climbing up her fucking throat.
No shit.
And it just fucking comes out like an alien fucking movie. She grabbed her purse. She goes, I just can't do this. And just fucking walked out. I was like, more octopus for me, you fake
That
bitch.
would have been the greatest video ever.
She froze. I mean, pale when this octopus just put his fucking little tentacles out and said, "Oh hell no!"
Something alive in your throat is trying to crawl out.
And imagine what that feels like.
One time you was looking for somebody, an employee, to roll all your joints for $50 grand a year. Was that a rumor?
That shit was real. And it was hard as fuck to find.
Look at Opie.
No, he's dead ass serious.
Do you know in Japan there's people that train how to kill fish properly so they don't stun the meat? It's unbelievable. It takes like 2 years to train on how to kill live fish in Japan.
All right, listen.
I know.
I'm out again.
Oh, God.
I'll tell you when I'm in, and I'm going to tell you when I'm out.
That can't be a crazy sound to you, though, Carl. I mean, that's you're talking about eating live.
No. But just the fact that it takes 2 years to kill a fish properly.
It does.
No, it doesn't.
Sir.
That's what makes it pumps up the mystique of the whole thing. You saw Eero Loves Sushi, right? The guy has to study rice for how many years?
10 years.
That's stupid. After a year, you got it.
I'll agree that 10 years, maybe the guy was stupid. I'm going to give you that. Okay? I mean, you know what I mean? Listen, I got 3 restaurants. I got people that spend 10 years doing the same thing, not because they're apprentices, because they're fucking idiots. Right.
Was it a comedy or was it a drama?
You never want to hear, was it a comedy or was it a drama? That's
No,
never good.
but
Was it a
some
porn
films-
or a biopic?
Some films like... Why don't you keep quiet, man? Jesus, Opie, you think it's your show?
He's Opie.
Close enough. But then why do we owe China so much money? I'm over here at the kids' table, Larry.
Who is this? Exactly. Neil Brennan's brother.
The little cheek, we did a yellowtail collar, the collar of the yellowtail, and they fry it with ponzu and lemon. It's delicious.
Right.
Look at that.
And why is the cheek so tasty?
The collar. It's because that's where all the flavor is.
But it is ridiculous. You go to the Greek restaurants and all of a sudden like, oh, would you like? They show you the fish head. Would you like the cheek? It's the best part of the fish.
It's called
kokocha. And then they're scraping it out for 10 minutes, and then maybe you get enough for a teaspoon.
Yeah, the size of an oyster. Yeah,
it's just like
you're over that.
It becomes nonsense after a while.
Now CNN is not only fake news, now it's officially very fake news.
That's bad with him.
That came out today.
That's big.
That came out today.
That's a code red.
Dude, I hate the news. Here's what I use, bro.
Yeah.
Intuition and rumors. Good rumors.
You got the news feed.
Yeah, we're going to have turtle soup. We're going to have grilled chorizos. We're going to go to a little Polish butcher market that's been there for 100 years. We're going to have Brazilian hamburgers. We're going to have this.
Yes. I'm going with you, bro.
Oh, this is a good tour.
And we're going to film this shit.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be good.
I'll be quiet in front of the owner.
So they have...
Because I know that'll scare you a little bit.
I'm going to be all weird. It's worse than if my wife is here.
Colleges are so politically correct.
Yeah, I know.
Me and DePaulo and Colin Quinn worked at a college once when they had a deaf. This woman was signing.
Yeah.
Okay. Colin Quinn came out, and the first joke bombs. He walks over to her, hits her on the head, and goes, "Is this thing working?" She started to cry, and they kicked us off the stage. They kicked us off the fucking. We made the deaf sign cry.
Great burgers aren't what's in them. It's what's not in them, right? So the best burgers are negative, right? They don't have all this bullshit. You know, like J.G. Mellon's that we love.
Oh, that's so good.
You know, in the city.
The Flat Top's been there since the 40s.
Yeah, they have the same grill since the 40s.
If people are tuning in, they would just assume we're watching porno with, oh, it's so good. Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, fuck yeah.
We got Larry King.
Hi, Larry.
Good morning, Larry.
Hi, Larry.
Do you know Judd Apatow to your left?
Yeah, he just spilled water all over his phone.
Oh, boy.
I got all excited.
Judd.
Oh, Judd.
Larry, I got all excited.
Oh, Judd. Hold on, before you electrocute Larry King. That's all we need.
Don't electrocute.
How did he die? Been broadcasting since 1952, and we kill him in this show. There you go.
Let's say you were single. Would you rather eat or would you rather eat?
I'd rather eat.
Food.
Yes.
Real.
I'm 45. I mean, I'm 41. Who cares?
But is it almost as much of a turn on as like sex?
At my age, I think it's better.
Wow.
You know, because the sex thing now, I got to talk to you and shit. Like, fuck, you're not going to say anything good. I know you're not going to say anything good. You fucking giggling idiot. Like,
do you eat after sex?
I'll sometimes listen. One time I was having sex with this girl, and I found M&Ms in my pocket, and I ate them while I was eating M&Ms, and it fucking stopped the whole thing. She turned around, she's like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
You're fucking her from behind and eating M&Ms.
She heard the crunch. It was the peanut ones. I was
an idea inspired by your movie, A Bronx Tale. It's a list of women that I've banged called a box tail.
Let me tell you something. That is great. That is great.
Chapter 1. Goldie Hawn. How do I taste, Kurt? That's box tail. Chapter 2. Mia Farrow. She likes it in the shitter. That's a box tail. Chapter 3. Beverly D'Angelo. She let me pee on her. That's a box tail. Hoo-ah.
That is great.
Chapter 4, the girl who played Precious. That wasn't me. That was Bob De Niro. Forget it.
My standard is John's Pizzeria down on Bleecker. I love John's.
You know, that's a great standard to have.
Well, the first time I went to John's, This was an Opster move. We all went down there for pizza, and I was craving pasta. So everyone else is crushing the pizza, and I got a giant bowl of spaghetti and meatballs.
Probably good.
They're like, "What are you doing?" Even the waiter was confused. Like, that's on the menu, but no one orders it. And I
had to go back and make it.
Pretty much, they're opening up a box. Like, can someone boil water? Someone actually ordered pasta today.
It's my understanding.
It's really funny.
Isn't there some weird like mafia type thing between like Pepe's and some other one? Like if you go to one, you can't go to the other one.
Oh
like,
yeah, there's huge Italian feuds between. They just killed the guy from Spumoni Gardens in Brooklyn.
They killed him.
They shot him right in front of his house.
A pizza guy.
He had $11,000 in his pocket. They didn't take the money and they shot him like execution style. One of the best pizzerias in the country.
For what reason?
The mafia still gives a fuck about pizza.
Oh wow!
Somebody opened. He had an employee that was mobbed up and opened a fake Spumoni Gardens in Staten Island. And there was a big beef, and now the guy's dead.
Wow, wait.
Do not mess with the mob and pizza. They will end you quickly.
The pizza at Grimaldi's is actually pretty damn good.
I think it's all delicious.
I think it's amazing. John's maybe slightly better, but I also had a cold that day, so I think I might have to go back and make sure.
People get shot still.
No kidding.
And he had $11,000 in his pocket. They didn't touch it.
If that doesn't scream the mob showed up in a Cadillac, nothing does.
Yeah, it's not about the money. I knew this was coming.
Oh, boy.
What happened?
Just got a text. Can't tell you from who. Easy on the mob talk.
Oh, boy.
Aaron?
Easy on the mob talk.
Is it the kid over there with the What's that? Cokehead? What is touching your nose?
He's trying to do it off the mic. He's trying to send you a signal.
It's one of them.
One of them?
Oh, yeah.
One of our friends said something?
I just got to leave it at that.
All right. Let's talk about burritos next.
I ain't scared of those motherfuckers. Mexicans aren't going to touch
They're on their way out, bro. You can say whatever you want.
Let's just put it this way. He helps me out from time to time.
All right. Hey, listen, no more pizza talk.
He knows where the red flags are, so he just gave me a red flag.
All right. No more.
I love all pizza joints. And well, maybe I shouldn't say that either.
No, it's just stop talking about it.
Yeah,
just
you know
go
what?
to commercial.
Yeah,
Boo, 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 boo.